Welcome to Mainland Cycle Center's new vehicle department. Today we're going to take a look at a 2012 Kawasaki ZX6R Ninja. Wow, these bikes are just amazing. Of course, this one here is shown the lime green. You know, the ZX6R, the 2012 that we're looking at here, is really, other than paint scheme and some graphics, is really unchanged since the 09 model. And you know, but these bikes are still winning the shootouts that these bikes are in. They're still top of their class performance-wise. And I own one of these bikes, and I put about 3,500 miles on mine. And it's just an incredible motorcycle. It's, you know, a lot of people think a 600 is a beginner's bike, and I don't think so. I mean, I'm an experienced rider. I've been riding for almost 23 or 4 years now, and have ridden every kind of motorcycle, and I literally just love my ZX6R. It shifts extremely smooth, it rides extremely smooth. It's more than fast enough for on the street. I'm not really into drag racing or anything like that. When I ride my bike, I typically ride it at least 100 miles, and so I like to get out on the road with my bike, and it just works beautifully for that. And I just love mine, so anyway, for whatever that's worth. But these are just fantastic. It's amazing how much technology, how much engineering goes into these motorcycles. Full aluminum chassis on this bike. This has a inline 4 600cc engine, fuel injected. This is the latest in technology. This motor is very powerful. Just incredibly fast. This 600, you know, is faster than 1,000cc bikes that we made 20 years ago, and just amazing. One of the things that they started to do on these later model bikes is they use what's called the transmission shafts, or a stacked transmission, which means there's two shafts in the transmission, an input shaft and an output shaft. Well, normally they would set kind of like this, or in the old days rather, in the past. This is now stacked. They're like this, so it makes the motor more compact this way. And so this has stacked transmission shafts. This also has what we call a cassette type transmission. In the past, if you wanted to access the transmission on one of these bikes, you had to remove the motor from the bike, completely disassemble the engine, split the engine cases just to get the transmission. It's a 2-day job for a skilled mechanic. And on this bike, if you remove the clutch cover, you have to remove the fairing, but to remove the clutch cover, take the clutch basket out, there'll be a plate in there with some bolts on. You pull the transmission right off the side of the bike on this bike. And so, not that you'll ever need to do a transmission repair, you probably won't, but if you did, it's a 2-hour job instead of a 2-day job. And then for racing, of course, it lets them change gearing very quickly for different tracks and different circumstances. But so just a lot of technology here. Ram air on these bikes. This uses, it's got an aluminum swing arm, of course, aluminum wheels. Got Nissan calipers, 4 piston calipers, which means there's a piston here, and then there's 2 more pistons on the back that squeeze from each side. So it's 4 pistons in this caliper. They're radially mounted. These bolts going in like this, and which gives it just a very rigid mounting system. A lot of times in the past, what you would see is a brake caliper mounted to a plate, mounted to the fork. And we eliminate that plate, which is less weight, and this is more rigid, so it's a better brake feel. And then this has the pedal style rotors, so these little cuts in the rotors here give the bike more surface, the rotor more surface area to dissipate heat from that braking. And then this has the Showa BPF fork, big piston fork. It's a new fork from Showa. It's the same fork. We used it on the ZX6R first. We've been using it since 09. It's a new fork from Showa, and you're going to see this on probably every sport bike on the market as the models get updated. We're using this on the 2011 ZX10s and 2012 ZX10s also. But it's the new Showa big piston fork on here. It has the Öhlins steering dampener on there. It's really good. 2-piece seat. You know, they tried to make this stuff here. A lot of guys do the fender eliminator kit, but like if you like to do track days, all of this stuff will come off very easily to go into a track day. Again, your aluminum swing arm, your motor on this side, aluminum perimeter frame. Instrumentation is very easy to read. If you look at the tack on these, it's an analog tack with a digital speedometer, and it has a clock and a temperature gauge for the coolant temperature, and it has trip meters. These have a built-in lap counter, so there's start and stop here, and then a lap button here. So if you do a track day, you can keep track of your lap times that way. But these they run really good, and if you notice, up to about 8,000 RPMs is kind of white down here, and then from 8 to 16,000 RPMs is green. That's really the power band on this motorcycle. This motorcycle, once you hit that green section on this, I guess green means go, because this sucker goes. Just incredible. Of course, you can see this tunnel right here, it says Ram Air. You got air coming in right up here. Comes right through here. It actually comes through the frame, into the airbox, and into the motor. So when you're running at speed, you've literally got air being forced in there, and that's one of the things that gives these modern sport bikes so much power. Let's see, what else is there? Just amazing. These bikes are built so well. Again, I said I have one of these. Mine has been absolutely flawless. I have not had a single problem with it whatsoever. Has done just fantastic. And have just been thrilled with the performance of my ZX6R. But just incredible. I think you really get a lot of bang for your buck with these Japanese sport bikes, and I know you do with the Kawasaki's. So much money goes into building these bikes, and the Japanese take the quality of the bikes very, very seriously, and a lot of pride goes into building these bikes. This bike is built in Japan. So, well, there you have it. That's the 2012 Kawasaki ZX6R Ninja in the lime green pattern. We are Mainland Cycle Center. We're located about 30 minutes south of downtown Houston, just off of I-45 in LaMarque, Texas. Our website is mainlandcyclecenter.com. Our phone number is 409-948-4969. Give us a call, shoot us an email, come by and see us. If you're in our area, come by and take a look at this bike. We'd love to meet you, love to hear from you, love to help any way we can. Thanks for watching.